No.
Yes.
Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord God, we thank you so much for this beautiful day you've given us, sunshine. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your love, your grace, and your tender mercies. Dear Lord, we pray you be with us now as we make decisions for the county, that it would bring glory and honor to you. These things we pray in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will start out with roll call. And let's see here. Commissioner Fleetwood.
Present.
Commissioner Key.
Here.
Commissioner Montgomery.
Here.
Mr. President, everyone is here and we have a quorum.
Very good, thank you. I want to welcome everyone here this evening, and we'll start with our approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Made second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the claims. I'll read through those claims for the public. Thanks, sir. County General, $233,209.22. Courts, $15,467.06. Highway, $517,249.01. Sheriff, $11,512.45. ACH, $111,273.52. CAW one, $2,847.70. Payroll, $344,103.43. Insurance claims, $341,185.32. LIT distribution, $547,739.50. Ditch claims, $5,923.51. Fall settlement distributions, $19,955.94.34. Ditch claims, sales disclosure refund, $34,252.85. Ditch claims, conservancy settlement, Ed plate distribution, $19,461.01. Payroll deductions, $149,760.81. ACH, $139.97. Payroll, $370,741.45. Payroll deductions, $177,246.37. Scholarship payment, $11,860. Pauper claims, $3,112.05. And finally, jury claims, $1,171.78. I'll entertain a motion to approve those claims.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. On the return, how about that? Thank you.
And there's that.
Okay. And I understand that the treasurer report's already been acknowledged, so I'm gonna,
Just have the clerk report here
okay.
for October, which I sent to
Yes.
everyone, so.
Oh,
And so duly acknowledged. On to Commissioner's old business. Gibson County Community Corrections Project update. Mr. George Ballard. Thank you. Okay,
Sorry about this. We didn't get it done in time to get it to the last meeting, but I was just trying to give you the end of the month report for November. Last month, we had a total of 354 runs. Total year to date billed was $3,074,354.60. Total year to date collected was $1,372,351.67. Percentage that we've collected so far this year has been 44.2%. New accounts, in November, I got $255,880.40. Collection out of that amount was $93,330.99. Cost amounts were $808.80. And then the insurance adjustments was $28,325.75.
I'll make a motion to approve the write-offs.
Second.
motion made second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 That's all about that.
Thank you, Mr. Bond. Appreciate it.
Basically, if you haven't seen the building next to just to the north of the jail's gone. Parker excavated it and went down in about 2 days, had it hauled off, and put dirt up against the retaining, what was left of the retaining wall. And they have sealed that, put straw in it. So,
Looks very nice,
yeah,
George.
they did a nice job. I think they did it pretty quick and they worked pretty good, especially that second meeting, they want to get it done. Yeah, pretty good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
RQAW services for magistrate hearing room, Mr. Spindler.
I've got a service agreement here for RQAW for us to engage their services. This is for the engineering to punch through the wall going in between where the CASA office was and where probation for Superior Court was located. As you probably know, the probation for Superior Court has now relocated to the Citizen State Bank building on the corner of Broadway and Hart Street. They completed that move last Friday, and I'm much appreciative of their diligence in making that happen quickly. So we're now in a position to start this construction on chambers and the hearing room. And one of the components to that construction is punching through that wall, and I need our QAW services to tell us what we need to do to not jeopardize the structural integrity of the building. The agreement here is a not to exceed amount of $5,000. This has been vetted with the council previously, and they were okay with it. And again, that's just for the engineering services to punch through that wall. They've got an estimated project construction cost. That's just for construction to go through the wall, $30,000. But their services, again, are $5,000. And if I can have approval of this contract, I would ask for that this evening.
Does this include the contact with the historical?
Not necessary. That's a good question,
It's
but
not necessary.
I checked on that and they indicate that we do not have to get any approval with the historic registry. The reasoning that I remember is because it is interior. We're not doing any really any renovations other than punching through that wall that have not been done recently. I mean, that probation office, as you all know, was previously a law library. It's been served several different functions over the years.
Right.
So since it's been renovated over the years, our QAW was comfortable in saying we do not need to seek or obtain approval with the building being on the historic registry.
Okay. I just wondered because I know with security and stuff, we have to do that. We have to get the clearance, so.
And I will, the contact person I've got there at RQAW on this project is a gentleman by the name of Jason Sutherland, I believe. I will email him to confirm that and have
Okay.
him respond. I'll send you his response. Can I have a motion to, unless there's other discussion, can I have a motion to approve this contract for not to exceed $5,000?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it, and thank you. Pass it.
Do we just need Warren's or all three?
It's got one signature line, so anyone can really sign it.
Okay. Warren just needs to sign it.
Mr. Spin, I'm going to direct it right back to you there for Southern Hills subdivision.
Yes, so we received the preliminary plat from the subdivision review committee on December the 7th. The next phase is for this body, the commissioners, to set it for a public hearing. I am recommending that we schedule that public hearing for the second meeting of January, which will be January the 18th.
I'll make a motion to set the hearing for January 18th meeting, commissioners meeting.
I have
Second that.
a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All in favor of setting it for January the 18th indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You guys have it unanimously.
I believe we have Peabody, the discussion of the Peabody Road closure. Come for us once again, so second time of hearing about this matter, and I have representatives here today from Peabody, so we'll turn the floor over to you.
Thank you. My name is Mike Engelman, representing Peabody. I'm the engineering manager for the complex. And just want to pass out these, this potential agreement, the proposed agreement that we have. And I've already got a slide up or two. you one as well. Yeah, we, 2 weeks ago, we came and presented our initial request to the board, discussion with the county, and the public and the advisement of the commissioners. We reached out to the Linville Fire Department. It seemed like the main obstacle was the support of providing assistance if needed to the lake residents along that lake, as far as the emergency services. And so we did do that approximately a week ago. I met with the Linville Fire Department, Mountain Fire Department, and then in attendance were myself and Jim McKee, with Peabody, Ken Montgomery as far as representing the commissioners of Gibson County and the Zoneville and the Buxton Fire Department. And through discussion, it quickly became evident that yes, everybody agreed that it would be great if it could happen and Linville could serve that area just because of proximity and the response time, but also ultimately it was Gibson County's responsibility as far as the action outcomes of service to that area. And the agencies that would have to be involved with coordination, 2 dispatches, 2 different counties, 2 different sheriff departments, etc. There was more discussion, brainstorming on what, if anything, could be done. And basically the outcome of that was, and the agreement was to put in some sort of a way to get response down to that area from Gibson County. And so what we are proposing, thank you, John, in this slide, this is the second slide, is also in the agreement, Exhibit B, is to go ahead and construct a temporary, restricted access road across from, on 950, it's approximately equals or matches up with 950 on the west side and the east side of reclaimed ground that we've mined through previously. That is in addition as an outcome and a concession that we thought that would solve the big problem for the, that we were receiving. And so that, again, it's just presented this revised agreement to the board and understand that this first time we laid eyes on it. Not asking for approval at this time, understand that our actual mine through possibly as early as April. So there's nothing that's going to happen immediately, but we thought we do need to move a power line along that road, and also a phone cable that's along that road we're proposing to mine through. So we know that we are being allowed to mine through that road before we can pull the trigger on some of the expenses that it's going to take and the time frame it's going to take to move those power lines to get us to be able to mine through the road and move the grid. So I'm here to answer questions, and Jim McKee, our land manager of the Midwest, is also here and in attendance with me through the meetings.
Fair enough. As always, we like to take in some community input too and hear some of their concerns. But before we do that, if you don't mind going back, well, I think John, thanks, John. John, if you could bring up that 950, oh, there we go. Okay, so 950 is the road that we're talking about putting in to allow our folks over in that area to have some ways of traveling, some means across that area. So if you would, John, show your pointer again there, your laser, across that dotted line. So I just want to make it clear to the public. That's the area where this, I'll call it a temporary road or a road for the duration of the project, will be to allow the citizens over there, the folks that are farming, trying to commute, get to work and other places. Feel free to elaborate on any of this, on any of my narrative. Okay. And then John, could you throw that laser up there again on the part where the road is right now that people travel on out there? Okay, yeah. And then, okay, so there's actually, in understanding this, there's actually 3 parts to it. There's the existing road, which our Gibson County residents use now. Right. Which John's got his laser on, if everybody can see that. Then the second part is the temporary road. If you'll go up north again there. Okay, so that's gonna be put in place to hopefully allow the kind of travel that we need out there. And then the third part to this scenario is once this project's done, I think it's like a purple line. Yeah, the purple line is where the road's gonna be. So you're actually changing the course of the road a little, but there aren't any issues there with right of way or easements or anything because Peabody currently owns that area, correct? Or,
Yes.
okay, I'm just trying to think maybe 5 years ahead and what might happen if we try to do that road, the future road project, but we shouldn't have any problems there, correct?
No, we will deed over easement, if that's the correct word. We would provide easement 50-foot right of way for that new purple section. We will also will ask for a release of, if that's the right term, of the easements that are on the existing sections of county roads that will be mined through.
So there are at least three parts to this to fully understand it. Okay.
Sure. And also, well, another part actually, those red dots, I guess, the bigger ones that are kind of hashed out to the left, there, John, and the one below, those are crossings. The one that's through the purple, we'll know that we're going to continue mining to the left, to the southwest, and we'll have coal trucks that are crossing that final configuration of that purple road. So we'll have that there, and then a crossing up there on the temporary road as well.
Now, the east part of 950 and the west part of 950, will those be four-way stops with this temporary road or fixture? Are those four-way stops?
No, we'll
Okay.
plan on stopping. It's up to the county sheriff's department, whatever they think the best traffic flow would be. If the stop needs to be now on 1300E coming from the north, and that stop at that T.
Mhm.
We'll
Sure.
provide the stop signs if they'll tell us, where they need to go. That's for the community.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think,
Go ahead, Ron.
yeah, if there's nothing else, we're gonna go ahead and get some community input and hear from some of the citizens on this project. Do any of the citizens have any issues or questions about this project, sir?
Yeah, when they put that other road back in, the purple one there, is it gonna be chip and seal later on them, so 3 or 4 years?
It'll be paved after a couple of years of settling, because otherwise it's just gonna fall apart. So it's gonna have to have a couple of years of settling.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I have a question about Peabody. There's a lot of eagles, and this kid back here has a picture of them. And there's a lot of eagles that nest out. And I think there's an eagle's nest out there somewhere out in that area. Now, I know in the past, you cannot do nothing around it. So many, a long distance.
Yeah.
Around an eagle's nest or anything, and change the migrate of the eagle bird. Now, what's their plans for wildlife on this coal mine?
There's not that much wooded area out there, is there?
In this area, across the line through and others.
No, sir, you kind of see by the map depiction there that and we had another mine plan map on our last presentation a couple weeks ago, but you'll actually be north of the Linville Lake area and the timber area to the south there with the operation. And you won't really intercept any woods until you get to the far western extent if the mine is mining at that point that the pointer's on now.
So there's not much woods out there right now, so unless it's there by the lake, but you're not gonna get that far.
No.
Okay. But I just know there's a lot of eagles that fly out there, and I know from previous experience, yeah. Yes.
Mhm. No. Appreciate the question. Is there any, do we have anyone else that has any questions or concerns or about the project? By all means.
Can we get an explanation of the restricted access road?
That's on second, if I may.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, that dash line that we're looking up there on the, what we're calling the restricted access, okay, the main point of concern on all of our meetings was emergency response vehicles to the Linville Lake area because of that dispatching issues like Michael alluded to regarding the two counties coordinate those purposes, correct? So when we say restricted access, we assume that majority of the volunteer fire department individuals or any type of law enforcement, emergency vehicles, you name it, they've got the flashing lights that signifies, hey, we're an emergency response vehicle. So we are not interested currently at this juncture in opening this up to the public due to theft and vandalism issues that we recently had. So when we say restricted, then that's kind of why we were kind of questioning how we were going to address the stop control issue, is because at this current time, we are proposing opening or putting in that temporary route strictly for those emergency response vehicles.
But it's not gonna restrict anybody from using it. I mean, for purposes of,
We do not intend for that to be an open public road.
What about the farmer that was here last meeting? He's not here. He's sitting right over in that area. Is he gonna have access to it?
He's got the access anybody else will, with the exception of utilizing that particular road. He may have to continue to go an additional mile and a half, but our main concern is the safety and security of those individuals on that lake. And anybody else making their regular commutes does not provide those services.
Do you foresee like a gate being at both ends, or will they have like a gate and a chain, a lock, or?
I think the main objective would be with signage. And
Signage, okay.
But as far as barricading, that anybody would have to manage, that would only impede the services.
All right, I agree, 110%.
I'd like to not implement something like that.
Sure.
People gonna run. I mean.
Yeah. And if you got a mother that's expecting and like, I mean, heaven forbid, her water breaks or something, and that's the closest way to the hospital. I mean, we would expect them to take it, right? I
We
mean,
fully expect that we will have those long situations.
Yeah, yeah,
Regular
right.
commutes. We get regular commutes, we got an infraction, we might kind of enforce it.
Will the sheriff enforce this?
If we get to that point, we will seek the assistance of the sheriff's department as well. But that, we want to make that perfectly
mhm.
clear and transparent in this meeting that, hey, our main concern is the safety and security of those individuals, that we were, well informed in our meetings and how those roadblocks would occur, no pun intended.
I'll tell you right
Sure.
now, we're not gonna be sitting out there watching the public.
No, I understand that. I mean, it'd be on our behalf to make sure, hey, we don't have regular, I want to use the word trespassers, but those are unintended vehicles. Just keep in mind, this temporary runaround, Michael, 18-month time period before that road was back.
3 years is what was brought up at the last meeting. I think with our number.
That's correct. Okay, 36 months.
What was the comment was?
Do you think once that road is closed, we mine through that portion of the Purple Road?
Right.
How long till that wraparound is back in?
So that's back in, it could be anywhere from a year to.
When it was first proposed at the very first meeting, it was 3 years with a year extension.
To close, correct, not closure. We might be confusing two different things. Closing that road and constructing the new wraparound are two separate things. We can put that new wraparound in based off the geographic location much sooner than we actually get to the current geographic location. The mine's gonna move in a southwestern direction. So you see how close it is to the current pit, that once that mine progresses toward the southwest. Sooner than we done.
I was gonna ask you about Daryl Sickman,
Correct. And that's what Mr. Spindler was alluding to.
because he goes over there to take care of his cows. Otherwise, he's got to take that tractor way around, so. I'd like to see him able to go over and take care of his cattle, through there, but,
This is not a public road.
huh?
This is not a public road, you're connecting,
I know.
oil and public have access to.
I drive that way quite a bit to Linville, back to Linville.
Mhm.
There's equipment over there, the giant raid auction sale and stuff, go back and forth there. Well, I'd have to go 5 miles around.
If we get to the point, that's an open public road, we're gonna need a lot more help and emphasis from multiple parties regarding enforcement, patrolling, and understandings, as well as the bonding and security of that road going forward. And then it will then be turned over to the county for their long-term maintenance if they're interested in taking that over.
Mhm.
So there's a whole different caveat there that we would need to discuss. And I was trying to alleviate some of those concerns by addressing the most pertinent concerns. which was the safety of
The most concern I have is, them messing with your equipment over there. That's, because I don't see anything else happening, you know? And as far as I'm concerned, if that, you put that road in, I don't know why the county couldn't just keep it open and keep using it. You know, as long as you know,
For the theft and vandalism thing, what is that road technically there? There's not a standing structure, or there's not a parking lot right there anywhere close.
There's no
provides
access. There's a haul road that goes up and provides access to the facility here as well as their equipment, which.
There's a park right beside that building you're talking about.
So we've had continuous issues. I
There-
don't know.
there is a standing road.
And my feet, how much vandalism reports.
But it's not the guys that live there that is gonna use.
I don't know who it is. We don't know who it is. It's much easier for a vehicle of any type to traverse a gravel road than a terrain is currently. So the longer we leave that.
The line road that you guys drive on every day is probably better than that road you're gonna put in.
But let me understand the concern, because that's what I'm trying to address here. The concern, the response, the Linda Lake Road.
There's two concerns. We all live on the backside of that, and you're gonna make us drive an extra 5 miles to work back and forth 6 to 8 times a day just from my residence. So I have the same concern as everybody else out there. If you're putting in a road to start with, if these guys are willing to take their side of it, open it as a county road and make it a county road.
And I support that stance entirely. If we have mutual buy-in and we've got the enforcement, we've got the protection, and the county wants to take that onus with us, we're here to listen to that. And in trying to keep the county hold harmless from that, we'd like to keep it restricted to service vehicles. In the event we want to open up to the public, we're needing some help enforcement stuff. And I'm fine to take that on.
go ahead.
Yeah, I live on the north side of the park right there. I've been there 36 years. And I'd say there's approximately 5 times more traffic on that road that goes by my house, which.
Oh, yeah, they're by the park.
Than there was. So I don't know where everybody's going. I mean, I understand the miners, I know where they're going. But there's a tremendous amount of traffic through there that we didn't have a few years ago. So I don't know who all's coming through there, but it's definitely gonna affect a lot.
Yeah.
I think part of it is just the activity here recently, but also that big machine that sits right there gets a lot of attention.
Oh, yeah.
People
Yeah.
can see it on the interstate and come, just to check that.
Could they put berms up alongside the road there where people can't get it across the road, off the road really? Down, I mean, you put a 3-foot berm down on where it goes straight up and down, they ain't people gonna be able to get across.
Drainage
That's how to keep more boxed in.
Drainage control becomes an issue. I don't want to swamp that road with berms, but I mean, there are things we can do, but I'm not convinced somebody that wants to be malicious or be malicious.
They're having equipment crossing.
Yeah, there's still gonna be an opening there, be that crossing, so if we burn both sides along here, it's still access. Across there.
They're worse than they did. One ain't never gonna get in. The Mac, you gotta did that where we, the county road, you had to go across the coal road, the haul road, and Mackey, what, am I right?
Yeah.
And you go across the haul road and you just keep on going. You don't get on the haul road, you just go across it.
No, that's exactly what this situation will be, in the event the county wants to go that route. So there's a couple of things to consider there.
Matt, I want to ask you what you think.
Now, I don't know how much permanently that road will really gain once the other one's back in. I mean, I will say it will take a little bit of time for somebody to go around, this being a temporary restricted access road. So, I mean, if it's gonna be a permanent road, it'll definitely have a lot more cost in construction. If something's gonna be just open for emergency vehicles, it's not gonna take near the work that.
We can't have a fire truck on that.
We're talking an 18-foot wide road, to 25-foot wide road, that type of thing. The drainage will have to be definitely more than what's required in the road.
Regardless of the vehicle on that roadway, it's gotta be a path forward. That's not the issue. The road condition's not the issue. The question I have is what vehicles are accessing. And that's the guy.
Dude, you guys are working now out there. You guys been shut down for what, a year or so out there? 2 years, whatever, and ain't nobody, as many people been around there. You'd be more people there now, keep an eye on things a little bit better.
That's right, so I can't ask the alter truck or arrest somebody.
I don't know, I think at this point, we'd probably be best just to take it under advisement, especially since we don't have a, a rush to move forward, this particular meeting. So, fellow commissioners, I would recommend at this point, we just take it under advisement and bring it up at our next meeting. And that will give us an opportunity to look at this and look at possible, avenues for the road usage out there. I like the fact that you're making an effort to put in a road, but I also want to make sure that we're not losing any roads. I don't like to lose roads or access for our citizens. And that's my biggest concern.
You feel what we presented, that the loss after the roads put back after that. This, I mean, it was thought that this would remove curves, make it safer. It does reduce it by like 200 feet as far as your total length of county road. I realize you get.
Right. If you're asking me, I don't take issue with that at all. My only issue is some of the gray area with this 950 inserted in there. I guess originally I was hoping that 950 would just be something that our citizens out there could use and not fall under scrutiny. And maybe I'm reading into this too much. So if I am, I apologize and you can correct me, but I took it as, hey, we're going to let our citizens travel, use 950 and things will be good. But then I'm kind of hearing, well, yeah, we'll let them travel, but they have to be emergency vehicles or emergency officials. And then that's a little different from having just an open, just an open county road and everyone gets to travel on it. And our good people out there in that side of the county, I mean, they're really good people and they're, a lot of them have trucks and and they don't mind driving on gravel roads and they can handle gravel roads pretty good. I don't worry about those folks. Maybe I should, but I don't worry about them. I don't stay awake at night worrying about our folks over there because I know they're capable of driving so it kind of concerns me. It kind of concerns me that now we're saying it's just for emergency vehicles and I'm afraid, of some of the outcomes that might prevail if those folks don't have the proper roads, but I'm not negative about this. I hope you don't take it that way. I'm not negative about it. I just want to make sure we take care of our folks over there in the roads and who to say it might not help out Peabody in the end because, maybe Peabody has an accident out there and they need to get to, they need to get to the hospital over here at Gibson General or they need to get over this way for healthcare. And I want to make sure that we're looking at the big picture here and doing things right. And is that a satisfactory answer? Does that make sense?
I understand your concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I think that we tried to address our side of it and why we wanted to, why we want to keep it restricted. I understand that there's some detours that are going to have to happen. There's going to be for a period of time, some longer driving time to from school or things like that. And I know, that's a hardship. We're introducing that hardship for a period of time, but we're also doing some favorable things in the county as well.
Very favorable.
Yeah,
very
families that what we call employees who are residents of Gibson County as well as a tax base. So we
Understand.
think that there's got to be, we came to the table with a version of what we call address to be concerned. So.
Fellow commissioners, do you have any concerns or questions about the proposal?
Not at this time. I mean, need to read it over and everything. So.
The largest and only change that you'll see in that agreement previously presented is where I kind of specified this additional temporary detour route.
Okay.
So, and there's a couple of comment periods, but other than that, it's the same result to the exception of that clause. And we fully recognize that there's been a lot of individuals' time, not only in this forum, but also outside in our other volunteer part of our meeting. So we greatly appreciate everyone's time and input, because we're obviously in a better spot conceptually than we were previously. I think we're still working that direction. So do appreciate everyone's time, thoughts, and comments, but boy, if you guys kind of taking it under advisement, let's kind of kick it around a little bit more and see where we end up. And if I'm gonna ask at the same time, while you're kicking it around, kind of think what your long-term vision is there. Is that something you're wanting the county to take?
Those guys on the back row over there, those teepees, they live right up here.
So. just
And
kinda
this is
give
about
us an
extra
idea.
5 miles around.
And you took out any roads.
You know, I understand why they want.
Yeah.
That road always been there.
I want to talk to
950 was never.
Matt
Never road.
Brandt.
That's gonna be-
And see if the
that's gonna be-
county-
So was there ever a
Just
road over across
keeping
the
that
east
up.
side, the other side?
No.
You know, if they're gonna go and put the rock down,
Right.
we can keep it, you know.
I wouldn't be.
I vaguely remember there.
I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why, but,
That way,
you know.
while we're holding this
That's
off,
why
I can talk to them and see
I'm
what they
good.
think.
Think about it in long term, this is where we kind of-
I like
Careful to mention that to
Since
them.
you're closing off the other road,
Something,
and I know in a tractor, you know, going around taking care of the livestock on the other side of that, I do know that that's gonna add probably another 30 minutes to his time, so that tractor's only gonna be going about 5 miles an hour. So instead, now he's gonna be doing about, instead, he don't have a tractor that will do 45, 50, you know. it's-
Trust me, I wish I could appease every individual in
Sure.
every occupation there.
gentlemen, in this time we have to look at this further, we're also going to consult our engineer and our highway department supervisor and look at the possibility, look at several possibilities, but one of them being the county taking over this road.
To keep it maintained.
Post-construction, to keep it maintained, to keep it open. Especially if your company is, shall I say, open to the idea of providing us with the necessary right of ways and easements. I think this could be a win-win for both Peabody and Gibson County. So we thank you. We thank you for your presentation, and we anticipate bringing this up at our next meeting.
If possible, I know we work between meetings, et cetera. We'd like to get it done and wrapped up if possible at the next meeting, just again for the time.
Sure.
I understand.
We don't intend to stall it at all. We'll bring it up at our, now we have a meeting on, just to clarify, we have a meeting on the 28th. That's our end of the year meeting, not really a regular meeting, if you will.
Wouldn't count on that.
Okay, so this, we're looking at the first of January. At the earliest, and I would anticipate no longer than the second meeting, which is the third Tuesday in January. So I anticipate getting it on one of those Tuesdays, the first Tuesday in January or the third Tuesday in January. Is that clear? Okay, and we'll most likely we'll be able to put it on for the first Tuesday, but I just wanted to let you know. If we can get all of our information, all of our ducks in a row in time, we'll put it on that first one, but if not, it's anticipated the latest one will be third Tuesday.
Very fair. I understand. If you don't mind, I have a bullet point, we know for discussions with the other departments. I want to do that following, and we'll find this program.
Oh, good. So you anticipate bonding this road or?
I was not anticipating.
Oh.
It's a public road that we've got to discuss.
Right, fair enough.
So there's a bit. it's only
Does
one-
our engineer have your number and contact
Oh, yeah.
information? Okay, good.
Two different roads. I mean, we definitely do on the replaced permit.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, 950,
Okay, 950, right,
959.
right.
The Energy Power Electric Company is telling me it's 90 days, so from, when we can get the check cut to them. But that is cutting, I'm just bringing that up because 90 days is going to get us right into when we think we're going to be at it, there at the end of March, so just again, if possible, like, be on that first. meeting.
Okay, fair enough. Thank
Sorry
you.
for the lengthy discussion.
No, appreciate it. That's how we learn things. Thank you. And appreciate the public input too, because the public raises some good questions to help us to understand this a little better. Commissioners, new business. Gibson County Code bond release, County Road 800 West. Mr. Holden, do you have any comments or concerns about that?
They pulled back the spring, no breakers in there, Jason was there also, looking at the bond release, and, they did provide a video before they used the road, there was the documentation, kind of shape it in. And, they paid for work to be done on, it's actually going to be 800 west and 250 south. Yes. 800 west and 250 south. 250 south was paved with the Gibson County Coal TIF fund. There's been no damage to it at all. So they've, in my eyes, put the road back in as good or better, actually better condition than it was previous to them doing the work they did. So 800 west, 250 south.
Thank you.
I do know that there's one house out there on 800 west, they have called and they think everyone for, getting the road back in good shape and.
That road there never was real good.
No, it wasn't good. And it's not perfect now, but
No.
it's in as good or better shape, it's in better shape than it was.
If those people are happy, I know there's only a house on it, but if they're happy, that's good.
Sir, are you with Gibson County Code? My apologies.
Gibson County Code.
Okay, what's your name? I'm sorry.
Hank Worsfold.
Hank, okay.
So like Matt said, we're here today to request for bond release on these roads. We bonded back in 2015, of course. Bars, like you said, we met with you guys and we came up with an agreement on what upgrades need to be done to improve 800 west back to what it was. And so we're here today to, we're no longer using that process anymore. That area is still in the market, so we got no process trucks going up to that area anymore. So there's no heavy haulage.
Okay.
So we're asking for some signatures to release our bond.
Matt, you say it's good enough? Okay. Cause I know, like I said before, cause I've worked on them roads and it wasn't very good before. So.
Well, if you would bring forth your paperwork here and just let the minutes reflect that the engineer has inspected the roads and we believe them to be
Make a
as good a shape or
motion.
likely better.
I'll make a motion, we accept this and release that bond.
I'll second.
Motion made second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Might I borrow your black pen?
Yeah, sure.
I erroneously brought a blue one. There, sir. Thank you. Hank, anything else? How are things going out there? Do you have any updates on the project or?
Would like a copy, you want a copy of that?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. Thank you.
We can get it right here.
Yeah, we have a copy machine.
Sign up, yeah, sign up. I've also got a copy of the original, road bond, if you guys want a copy of that as well.
Yeah, if you have a copy, it would be good to have it both. Yeah, here's that.
So, things are picking up.
It's good.
It's slow there for a couple of years, but, we're slowly picking up. That's what we find people and so we're getting better. Things are looking better.
Do you still have some job opportunities out there or you pretty much got everybody you want or?
No, we're still hiring. We're just having some problems
I know, right?
like everybody else.
All right. So, I mean, kind of a rough figure, how many openings you think you might have out there? Like if I could find you 20 good guys tomorrow, you'd be real happy with me or you'd be like, that's not even close.
My name's Chris Hopperbaum.
Oh, Chris does the hiring. Sorry, Hank.
So we were about 206 people in April, March this year. We're up to 315 that work there now. 38 other contractors that we're trying to hire. We need to get to about 380. So we have added a third unit. Our production next year will be about 5.2 million. It's all sold. We'd like to get a fourth unit added in January and then another one added in our units come in 2 crews, so we like to have during the first half of the year, get up to our 3 number.
But they want young guys, not
Yeah,
guys like
right,
us.
right. We're out of question. So you need 60 good men or women, really?
We would take 60 good men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news. I mean, I know needing the employees is tough for you guys, but the other side of it is we have many job opportunities here in Gibson County, thanks to Gibson County Coals, so.
So for us, the good news is that we went from, I guess we really honestly have about 110 people in about 5 months. So
Thanks.
that's really great growth. We're, maintaining standards to get quality people. That
Mhm.
do coal mining with professional career. And so, we look forward to that continuing to point.
Not to dig in the weeds too much, but what's the starting pay out there? I mean,
So people that are experienced, we do about $30 an hour.
wow.
And then, inexperienced guys come in and take 6 months in Indiana for the experienced finance part, we pay $22 an hour for the training, that 6-month training period.
Well, we appreciate the update, gentlemen. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Diane, I just noticed, do you have anything for us or any other?
No,
Hope we didn't skip over anyone there.
no.
Okay.
I was just, obviously, I think everyone's aware that the new started is in Indiana. Now, as far as I know, we don't have any in Wilson County as of yet. But that could have changed today, so, it'll be here, being it's in Indiana. Our numbers are not good. We are in the red. And so, if you look at our, like, in the last 5 months, we're staying pretty high as far as the number of COVID cases. But, still high numbers. So, just encourage everybody to be smart.
Sure.
Try to avoid large crowds, sick, stay away from other people. A lot of flu going around also. So, we all need to be smart, especially if you've got people in your family that are elderly or, immunocompromised for any reason. Make sure you're really careful around them.
Are we still administering the flu shots, the flu vaccines at the health department? Is that ongoing or?
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we give posted vaccine for adults. And then on Thursday, we do the children. Try to have appointments on Thursday. Because we're and then flu shots, we can do them also. I'm starting to run modeling flu vaccine. But we're not seeing a big uptake in the flu because it's offered everywhere. But we still have some flu vaccine available. We do have all 3 COVID vaccines, J&J, Moderna, and Pfizer. And of course, obviously, if you have the vaccine, you need the booster or the initial series. So.
Very good. Thank you.
I got a question out of curiosity. So if somebody tests positive for COVID, do they always know the variant? Is that always tested?
No.
So is the new variant always tested for? The new variant, like if you're positive for the new variant, will you know it or will you just know that you're COVID positive?
They are doing some testing at the state level. And so as soon as they get something identified in our area, just from the specimens that are being sent in, and obviously if like Deaconess or Indiana are running the testing, then we would be notified if it was a Gibson County resident within 24 hours, I'm sure. So I think every sample being tested for it, random samples is the way I understand it at this time. Because that is more of an extensive test. And so we don't even have the technology to do it. Like we're doing a rapid test. Any rapid test, you're not going to help. It's a rapid test.
See a lot of differences between the Delta versus the Omicron as far as symptoms go. I mean,
I don't think so. I mean,
people are losing their sense of taste, sense of smell with both of them. Or,
That is so individual,
oh, okay.
you
Okay,
know,
all
it's
right.
like, you'll get some people that never get that, and then you'll have people that have it right off the bat.
Sure.
So it's just, like everything else with this, it definitely affects everyone. You know, in their own way.
Right, right.
So,
Well, let's use some good judgment and ask all of our citizens to use some good judgment and take care of themselves, right? Any other department, didn't want to, okay, just double checking here. Holidays 2022.
Does that need to be tabled? Are you,
I think so. I mean, I can't imagine what that's on there for, other than maybe looking at, schedule and stuff for next year, and which we'll get to that at our 28th meeting. So I'm just gonna say table that to the 28th. Sound good?
sounds good.
Okay. And is there anything else from the public?
I have one more thing. And nobody's mentioned it. YMCA. I have the letter from them. Read it if everybody wants to be bored with it. It's not long. It says, we are thankful for the major contributions of Gibson County, the redevelopment board, county commissioners, residents, and businesses towards the new YMCA. TIF dollars will enable us to build a state-of-the-art facility that will serve the recreational and social needs of the community for years to come. Many contributions have been made towards the new YMCA. We intend to recognize every gift. Donor recognition can take on many forms, including facility naming, room area naming, donor signage and display, etc. By its very nature as a lead gift, the naming right for a new facility is, excuse me, critical to secure early in the building project to create momentum and add credibility to a fundraising campaign. When a well-respected and widely recognizable name is associated with the project, others are inspired to lend their financial support. We are grateful that Toyota Motor Manufacturing Indiana was the first organization to commit to the project in October 2020 and secure the naming rights for the new YMCA. We referred to the new YMCA as Gibson County YMCA until Toyota publicly announced their commitment. All major contributions toward the Toyota Indiana YMCA will be recognized. We welcome the opportunity to discuss ways that we can honor the TIF contribution in addition to what is currently planned. Jonathan Pope, President, CEO. And I mean, and this is how they've handled them all. Down in Evansville, you have I think it's the Deaconess Aquatic Center, which is the new one downtown. Deaconess donated the most money. They were the first to jump on it. So by that donation and the amount that they contributed gave them the right to name it. So, I mean, that's, just the way they've always handled it. But that's all I have.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, Larry.
So wasn't the TIF funding basically one of the first ones and the largest one by far?
Well, it was the largest, but not the first. There was quite a bit. Besides Toyota, there was a bit donated before the TIF ever went in. I mean, I don't have the figures in front of me, Larry, so I can't give you, what they were.
I can see name and I remember something like that, or I whatnot, but everything that you saw, like commissions from the commissioners, it came as the Gibson County YMCA.
And that's what the redevelopment commission voted on. Was contributing to the Gibson County YMCA.
Well, I don't know, I wasn't involved in that, but they got the naming rights by the amount that they initially pushed out there to get everything started.
The way I understand it, the commissioners think, and it does, that it's, you know, I've had a lot of people ask what's going on here and whatnot, but as the county taxpayers funding the biggest part of it, and are apparently not getting the gaming rights either.
And look, it's obviously a great project. We're bringing a YMCA to Gibson County.
Right.
And I understand exactly what you're saying there, Larry. So I do think it's a great project that we're bringing this YMCA to Gibson County. And it appears the lines of communication are open. We've received a letter from Mr. Pope, and that's always a good sign that they're communicating with us. So maybe it sort of, you know, maybe it's an opportunity for us to communicate back with them, correspond with them about our concerns, and to let them know that we are definitely favorable toward the project, but would just like to hash out a few things. So sound reasonable?
I'm not against whatever.
Right.
Just, I had a lot of concerns, people called me and talked to me. Why is this happening?
Well, in the last paragraph, sorry, guys, this mess does this to me. We welcome opportunity to discuss ways that we can honor the TIF contribution in addition to what is currently planned.
There you go. I think they're opening the door for further communication and coordination between Gibson County and the YMCA. So I think this is a good opportunity for us to respond back to, hey, what can we do here? What can we do to make sure we're taking care of all of our stakeholders? So, thank you, Mary.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anything else? We do need to announce our next meeting date, which is the end of the year meeting and organizational meeting, if you will, to set our calendar and appointments and everything we do at the end of the year. But it looks like we're going to be doing December the 28th of 2021. And correct me if I'm wrong on this time, 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
8 a.m., okay. Here at the North. What? Who made that?
Andrea said, ouch.
You like the 5 o'clock.
I like to.
I feel you. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Discuss the EMA conflict.
Oh,
Okay.
They're working on that still.
Okay,
Maybe it's even resolved, huh?
okay, well, it was on there, so I just.
we took it off because of some signage and stuff.
Sure.
You weren't around. I'll move to adjourn.
You got a motion to
I'll
adjourn.
second.
Second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.